Good morning, and welcome to another build day. Right now, it is actually a very nice day outside, so this is going to be kind of on the short side. Matter of fact, I've even gone ahead and opened my window up here, and I've got a blind that can go ahead and either be raised or lowered, so you're on the second floor, so that way people can't necessarily go ahead and peek on in if they wanted to. So I've gone ahead and opened up the windows and getting some fresh air throughout the house, which has been kind of nice here the past few days. The house has been kind of on the stale side, but unless you want to open up the house and it's 78 degrees outside, and that's at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's not too comfortable. So now that we're in the first full day of autumn, fall, whatever you choose to call it, I'm enjoying the weather. I always preferred the cooler weather anyway, and it seems to lend itself more to doing builds. So that's what I'm going to do today. Part of what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this bulkhead. I've gone ahead and pulled down my some dremel parts here, the cutting disc set that I've got here. It's a quick release, or what they refer to as the easy lock setup. Kind of on the nice side. I'm going to try to go ahead and hook it into my TCPIII drill. And if you don't know anything about the TCPIII drills, they're actually kind of nice. It's actually a model kit when you buy it, and you have to go ahead and assemble it. The gearing on it lowers the gear speed so much so that you can actually go ahead and you can drill through plastic. So if you're doing those hard to do windows in your sci-fi models, you won't get the burning of the plastic like you tend to do with things like the Dremels. Don't get me wrong, I love Dremel, but unless you want to go ahead and go in and really reduce your speeds, where did I put it? And I'm not talking about you, Tobies. I know it's here somewhere, probably downstairs actually. But you can go ahead. No, actually, here it is on the rack. Let me go ahead and. So, right there. That's also the TCPIII hand drill. And then here, I have another little hand drill. Gotta admit, I don't like this one as much. But I went ahead and I purchased this drill a while back. It was a case where I was watching Steve Neal going ahead and doing a model piece, and he actually went ahead and built one of these on his site there. And about a year and a half later, I was watching something on Simon Merck's. And in both cases, since I went ahead and I've learned a lot from both of those guys. Simon had made mention of his Dremels, and didn't necessarily care for the burning of the plastic and whatnot. So I went ahead and shot him a little message saying, "Hey, I've learned so much from you. I've got something that I think would go ahead and do the job." So I went ahead and ordered one of these guys. And they're not necessarily dirt cheap. I think it was like $20 or something along those lines, as well as shipping. So I had one sent to him, and he actually remembered Steve Neal going ahead and building one. And he gave it a try. And he was hoping to go ahead and do something with some different chucks and whatnot, and wasn't quite able to do it. So he went ahead and he bought one of the hand drills, and he sent me one as a gift. I was kind of surprised when he did that, but I know that Simon is a very nice guy, so again to Simon my thank you. I've had some fun with it in the past, and the fact that you can go ahead in both cases, you can pick up additional chucks. Okay, Toby. I'm being invaded. Toby, come on. He's definitely doing much better after all of his shots yesterday. He didn't like me for a while yesterday. So, if you're just going to sit there behind me, that's fine. But if you try grabbing something off the other modeling table, you and I are going to have a long discussion. Yes, little guy. Okay, come on. Down. Down, Toby. Come on. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Good boy. Anyway, so as I was saying, well, he was good. He did jump down. Now he's back up behind me. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the piece off and kind of take it out, and we'll see what we can come up with. Getting on to the drill here. And the first thing I need to do is open that little package up again. Get that piece out. And they make different pieces here depending on what type of material you're dealing with. So these say metal on them. Metal again. Metal. And these are all metal technically. I'm going to end up using one of them anyways, despite the fact that it says metal on it. But they do make them for wood and plastic. So, anyways, so once you got it built up, it's just a simple little 2 AA batteries that power it. It does have a little lock, so you can go ahead and pull on it and not have it function, or twist it, and it does. That'll go ahead and help you lock in your chuck area, so we can go ahead and put in a different piece. So I need to go ahead and get a larger chuck. Where did I put those chucks? Here, chuck. I know I've got a bunch. You can actually buy a kit or a set of different chucks. That's a little bit too large. Let's see what's on this Dremel here. That one actually might just do it. Oops, didn't want to do that. Wanted to do that. And open it up. There we go, finally came loose. Okay. Put that aside for a little bit. Put that into there. Okay, put that on top of it. Okay, that seems to be there. Okay, and if you've never used the Dremel Easy Lock, they're real simple. You literally just pull down on the collar, and you have what I refer to as the batarang that makes itself available. You just go ahead and slide this over the batarang figure. Oops, I let go just a little bit too soon. Slide this down over the batarang figure, give it a twist, and then it kind of drops into place. Then release the collar, and it locks it in. I don't know how well that showed up because I wasn't paying any attention. So, anyways, let me go ahead and do it again so that way. Okay, so just pull the collar down, put that over the top, and it's pretty well notched out. It fits over the, like I said, the battering figure. Twist it, and it will drop into place on top of the collar. Release it, and it pops up. So, anyways, there's that. And let's see, let's go ahead and get our piece in question. Alright, that one side is a little bit on the big side. Let's go ahead and clip that down a little bit. Alright. I'm not so much worried about if I hog out just a little bit too much on the bottom here where the flashing was. Only because the bottom of the seat's down there too and you won't be able to see it. Alright. Let's see how well you can see this now. And I'm going to try to zoom in. Okay, Tom. Left is right, right is left. There we go. Okay, there you can see the piece here. And what I'm looking to do is go ahead and that part right there looks pretty much, oops, there we go. That part right there looks pretty much like the back of the computer terminal that Dom would use. It was kind of a small laptop, as you may recall. So I'm basically going to hog out to start off with. I'm going to take that Dremel, or take the Tamiya, hog out this part here, hog out the top part here, over so far. Then I'm going to hog out the majority of the side here. I'm going to leave it, so again, down a little bit, over, and up. Let's try this again. So down a little bit through here, across the top, and up. Now I'm not going to take it too close, because the last thing I want to do is go ahead and slice into it. There we go. And then I'll take files that I've got. And let's see, where are the files? Is this one that got the files in it? Got a couple different packages along this line. Yeah, so here's my package of files. And what's in this guy here? Oh yeah. Carving type tools. Okay. Alright. So, like I said, cut them out and then we'll slowly hog it down a little bit. This, I want as much stability as possible. So I am going to go ahead and put this back down. I apologize for the quickness of that drop. And to try to go ahead and give me some steady hands, I'm going to go ahead and use my steady hands. And hope like hell that actually holds it nice and steady for me. Anyways, I apologize for the noise in advance. Bear with me, people. Okay, I want to lock that guy in a little bit better. Alright. Okay, I don't know how well you can tell, but if you can see right there where it's cutting, you can see that it's, giving me plastic shards, but it's not melting it, which is kind of what you want. Although I'm sure a plastic wheel cutter would probably be better than the metal. So, and again, given the fact that this guy's been used, let me go ahead and swap out the head on there. Come on. There we go. Alright. And let's see if that does any better. Doing better. Okay. It's doing it. It's slow, but it's doing it. Okay. I'm going to try something, and I probably should not do this. But I'm going to do it anyway. So before anyone says bad Tom, Tom knows Tom being bad. going to go ahead and do the stylus. And kind of see what happens. Since I'm giving myself enough room here, I'm hoping that if there is any melting, that I should have plenty of room anyways. So, on the slow speed, which in this case looks like it's just a hair below a 2. Oh, no, there's the 1. Okay, then since I don't have the particle mask with me, my t-shirt is coming up. This is kicking out a little bit of extra dust. Okay. Jump it up to 2. Then jump it to 4. Okay. I'm going to assume that you can see that to some extent. You can see that it's actually melting the plastic there a bit. And it's probably a good reason that I went ahead and gave it some room there. So, alright, I'll take out the stuff that's over here on this side, and then I'll start clipping it down and whatnot, and go from there. So, yeah, no particle masks, so t-shirt. Let's add a little more speed to it. Alright. Done. Okay. Don't know how well you can tell. Again, melted plastic on both sides. Which is why this guy is great. But for that much plastic, and since I was giving enough room, I ultimately did switch over to the stylus. So, oops. Dremel tools, gotta love them. Actually, don't care whether you love them or not. I love them. Okay. When I bought this guy here, as I told you told you before, I picked up the set of additional chucks and whatnot to put inside of it. The pieces, the extra chucks that I picked up, and it was a small little strip. And it's probably in one of the boxes when I went ahead and moved everything around in here. But it was put up by, I want to say Proton was the name of the company. I may be wrong. But anyways, so there's that off of there. There's that off of there. And using my cutters, I'm going ahead and trimming off the extra melted plastic here. Yeah, part of the reason why I didn't want to use these to get up close is because when you cut into it, you'll go ahead and you'll cause stress cuts. So like I said, that's the reason why I didn't want to go ahead and do these down the entire piece. There we go. A little closer. And a little closer still. Okay. Ideally, I wouldn't be cutting towards myself. Should always be going ahead and cutting away. And I'm not using this to go ahead and take it all the way down to the model itself that I want to go ahead and have. Leaving a little bit on the side so that way I can go ahead and file it down and get closer still. What's the matter, Tobies? In here too long and all the dogs start piling on in. And worse than a bunch of cats, I swear. How daring do I want to get? Let's see what I can do. Somebody told me I probably shouldn't. Okay, well, I didn't cross over into there. It didn't cross over into there. So I think I'm okay. And let's go ahead and show you what I just did. When you take a good look at that, it looks as if the bulkhead actually ends right here, where you see that line going. And then it's part of, I want to say it looked like a curtain that almost kind of went behind it the rest of the way. If I took that out, I don't think that would look too accurate, because the computer system that Dom had in the engineering area was below and above his computer screen here. So it went over to the side, then back, had kind of a 45-degree angle there when it got towards the corner. So I don't think it'd be good to go ahead and cut all that out. But this kind of opens it up a little bit to go ahead and see a little bit more, perhaps. Who knows, perhaps a little bit more authenticity. You know, as modelers, we do strive to be as authentic as possible. No one's perfect, of course. But we do try to have fun and make it that way. Okay, Tom. I need a flat file. We'll go ahead and start with you. It's just that way I can go ahead and get in between here. So when I bought this file set, I actually had bought a couple file sets. The first one I bought, which was on eBay. Nice files. Before I got a chance to use them, they actually came in a plastic case like this. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with them or anything like that. I gotta admit though, I didn't necessarily care for the case. Then this case came up with the files in it, and I think it was just a couple dollars more than what I paid. Don't remember what it was that I paid for them. It's been a number of years, but I went ahead and bought these guys, and right after I got these, I went ahead and gave the old ones in the other case to a co-worker who enjoys going ahead and doing some different types of builds than what I do. But he could certainly go ahead and use the tools. So like I said, I gave it to him, and he thanks me for them and whatnot. And I'm hoping that Trent has gone ahead and put them to some good use. That one will do. rounded. Just need to kind of square off that bottom piece there. Okay. Okay, it's computer top. It's not just a flat like this. It goes like, comes up the side, comes over, up, then down. So, let's try to go ahead and flatten off the top. Which I think I pretty well got that. Trying to go ahead and get the side piece down a little bit. Looks like it's got that part there. Oh, come on, being good. Okay, sanding block. A little bit more on this side here. For some reason I'm looking at that and I'm thinking I've got part of the bat wing. Been a long time since I've done a Batman piece. Although I do have a few things Batman related to go ahead and still build. Mostly from the original TV series, including, because I picked up a, what was it, the Lincoln Futura, the car that the Batmobile was based off of. That I was going to say Chuck Barris, but it's not Chuck Barris. I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name that did all those iconic cars. From that time period. All right. Okay, Tom, I think we're almost there. Okay, almost, not quite. That one's squared off, drops down into another. Better. Alright, good enough. Okay, so here is what we've got. Now, unfortunately, on this side here, as well as on the back, there's some nice big molding divots. So definitely a little bit of Bondo. Or if I can, if I had just a small container of just the thinner cement, I'd go ahead and do some of that with some styrene in it. But I don't. And again, I might just pour some of that into one of my empty jars here, and that way I've got just a little bit. But I like this computer screen here. You can actually see some details on it. It's got slats in it as if it was airing out, you know, the hot air from the computer being used and whatnot. So I'm definitely going to have to bring up my sanding block to go ahead and clean those guys off when I get finished here in a little bit. So I'm going to leave them out because they need to be cleaned at this point. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and leave this for right now. Put it in my little ready pile there, and I'm going to upload this real quick, well, or as quick as you can with these guys. Hopefully the sound is synced up properly. On the first video that I posted up early this morning, things weren't quite synced up for the first half. Second half they seem to be okay, but not the first half though. So this is Tom. Hope you have a good day. Let's go ahead and actually get this like this. Alright, so this is Tom. Hoping you have a great day. Happy modeling. And enjoy the day. It's too nice outside. Nah, it's not going to go nice. Oh well.